Isang magandang Lunes ng hapon sa ating lahat. Ako po si Lord de Vera. Kamusta ba ang weekend din nyo? Sana'y nakapahinga po kayo. Pero kung isa ka sa mga taga Marikina, Pasig, Kogyo, Antipolo na naipit sa Carmageddon nung Sabado, nakikirami po ako. Dahil minsan ng totoo, stressful ang Pasko. Dito ko na lang sa programang Making Spirits Bright. As in, maraming spirits na nainom pag party. Ito na po ang Afternoon Delight. Minsan there is such a thing as pang-aabuso. At 2 linggo mawawala ang Tita Denise Tan natin dahil siya po ay magko-cover ng Southeast Asian Games. Mga kapatid, yan naman mga kasama ko ulit. Ang co-anchor ng The Big Story, ang ating Tita Pauline Versosa. Tita Pao.
Hello, good afternoon once again. Naku, grabe naman yung pang-abuso. Hindi naman nang-aabuso Tita Denise dahil nagko-cover siya.
Tama.
She's working hard in Thailand to cover the SEA Games. Alam naman natin si Tita Denise pagdating sa sports.
Seryoso yan.
Oo.
At mainit na mainit ngayon sa Bangkok siguro.
Mainit
no?
ba?
Ang Pasko doon ay parang summer din. I heard.
So mas mainit pa kaysa sa
Yes.
Pilipinas?
Oh, yes.
Interesting.
So, bagay si Tita Denise doon.
Bagay?
Oo.
Kasi?
Tita Denise, yung arthritis ba yun?
Grabe
O kung
siya.
may nararamdaman na si Tita Denise natin. Pero mawawala yan
Grabe
dahil
siya.
tawag doon yung dopamine, yung rush ng
Yes,
yung
adrenaline rush. O, pero sobrang excited na natin for the SEA Games. It
malaki raw
opens
contingent.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow na ba?
And of course, the Philippines will be headlined by none other than Olympic gold medalist Heidelin Diaz. She will be competing in weightlifting. Although sayang hindi makaka-compete this SEA Games si Carlos Yulo.
Bakit
dahil
daw?
nga, di ba parang in-adjust nila yung events for gymnastics. 1 na lang per gymnast. So kung pumunta pa daw si Kaloy, medyo sayang naman. But that gives chance for other gymnasts to shine here in this regional competition. So we're so excited, ano? So that's happening from December 9, I believe, until December 19 ba o 20. So 2 weeks nga po yan. And Tita Denise Tan will be on top of things there.
Oo. Aabusuhin natin
Ayun.
ang presya si Tita Denise Tan doon.
Tayong aabuso.
Hindi lang sports ang re-report niya, pati na rin. Ito, lumusob din yung Thailand sa Cambodian border, ha?
Yes.
So yung mga yan, kasama ba natin? Pahihirapan ba natin ang Tita Denise natin? Tingnan natin. Pero malaki raw ang contingent ng Pilipinas. How
Malaki, yes. Especially in athletics, I believe it's one of the biggest delegations we're sending. I don't have the exact number right now, but pagdating naman kasi sa SEA Games, malaki talaga lagi yung pinapadala nating contingent because, of course, this is a regional competition, so it's not like the Olympics na handpick talaga and kailangan mo mag-qualify, And remember, the last time we won as overall champions ng SEA Games, back noong 2019 pa when we hosted it. Siyempre, pag host country ka naman, mas mataas naman talaga din yung chance mo of becoming the overall champions. But pagdating sa SEA Games, a lot of our Filipino athletes try to win gold medals.
Saan tayo mga medyo nakakalamang, Tita Pao?
Nakalamang, of course, weightlifting, boxing, yan. Magagaling mga boxers natin sa regional, sa SEA Games. Athletics. I know we also dominate a few events in athletics. So, abangan natin yan.
Yan. Basketball.
Basketball, yes. Oo.
Or tayong parang talagang dominant dyan.
Yes, basketball. Of course, Gilas Pilipinas. Lagi naman.
Palakasan talaga yung Pinoy. Mahusay. Sports. I mean. Oo. Okay. Ito naman, yung sa SEA Games, mapapanood niya live dito, di ba?
Yes, of course.
Pero ang mapapanood ba ng live ay yung bycam para sa 2026 budget?
Yeah. Isa pa yung abangan natin, Tito Lourdes. So, that's set to happen this week, December 11. And you have Senate President Tito Soto saying that they are anticipating already to tackle this lean 2026 budget. This will be an open bycam, meaning bukas nga sa publiko in terms of being live stream for the very first time. Back in the big story, I believe mga 2 months ago siguro, nakausap natin si House Appropriations Chairperson, Mika Swansing, and she was telling us nga na bubuksan talaga nila ito. They want to be transparent para masiyasat na nga ng publiko yung mga anomalies given that we're in the midst of this corruption scandal when it comes to the flood control projects that were inserted in the national budget. So, dito, sinabi, actually ni Congresswoman Swansing, they were initially looking at the PICC as the venue.
Malaki yun.
Hindi na yung mga 5-star hotels na parang dati. So, by choosing the PICC, mas makakamura sila. Although, ang concern nila dyan is yung security risk because very porous nga ang PICC, di ba? Malaki. Pero we're also seeing reports na the Congress, Senate, and House is looking at the Centro de Turismo in Intramuros.
Iyan naman ang bet ng ng Senador Win Gatchalian.
Bago lang yun.
Bagong bukas lamang, ang dating nakatayo doon is yung San Ignacio, kumbaga parang former Jesuit na building na ni-refurbish at ngayon siya yung parang pinaka-center ng turismo dyan sa walled city. Interesting siya. Baka akalain ninyo, ito para sa mga interesado sa atin nakaraan, hindi siya yung naiisip mo na museum sa loob ng Intramuros na amoy antigo talaga, amoy luma. Hindi. Of course, it deals about the past, pero very modern yung pagkakapresent. May yung mga videos niya, yung pagka-frame, yung pagka-position ng ilang very modern.
Okay.
Oo. At mura lang para sa mga estudyante, lalong-lalo na. 50 pesos lang yata, I think.
So, saan gaganapin yung BICAM dyan, if ever? Is there a big hall kung saan sila pwede mag-convene? Or
Malaki
like
siya,
a
actually.
room?
Sa totoo lang yung BICAM ay hindi siya ganun naman. Yung PICC, I think, sobrang laki niyan,
Kasi select members lang naman.
Select members lang ng mga kongresista at sa Senado rin, usually nga, mga hotels yung mga dati, Pero dahil sa mga nangyari, kalabisan, parang masyadong sensitibo pa.
Right.
Oo. So,
baka masyadong extravagant. Ngayon,
paano kaya pag mag-meet sila halfway?
Ano yung halfway?
Manila Hotel.
Grabe siya.
Halfway siya, di ba?
Grabe. So, parang hindi siya hotel, pero...
Ganon din. Pero, depende na lang kung may manlilibre sa kanila. Pero, sinabi mo lean.
Lean. It's a lean
budget pa. Tapos, akala natin lean, maya after a year, may mag-expose sa may mga nakalusot.
Yes. Siyempre, wala namang aamin, di ba, na
Maraming henyo.
insertions.
Alam mo, maraming henyo talaga sa mga mambabatas na naggagawan palagi ng paraan. Isipin mo, wala na yung pork barrel na ninja pa rin nila.
Budget critics did say, yung unprogrammed appropriations, medyo red flag pa rin yan. Because there are several projects there na, although ang unprogrammed appropriations, contingent naman yan kung may extra funds ang gobyerno, di ba? But still, in the past, nakita nga natin that some of these anomalous flood control projects were actually funded by unprogrammed appropriations, kung bakit kinuha doon. So, pero maraming proposals ang Senate, Senate on their part, sabi ni Senate President Tito Soto, they will not allow insertions to happen sa BICAM.
Bawal daw yun.
Oo. So, this budget is very trimmed and everything is in order. Tinanggal din nila yung 53 billion pesos from the budget of foreign assistance projects. Marami silang tinanggal, So, tingnan natin kung makakapag-agree talaga ang both chambers of Congress.
Yung aim kasi ng BICAM is to reconcile
The version of...
either versions, Kasi may ibang gustong budget ang Senado, may ibang gustong budget ang House. Ayan. 6.7 trillion ang tinitingnan na magiging budget. Na, sa BICAM na magsisimula na sa Thursday at official na nga sa Sentro de Turismo Intramuros.
Official na yon.
Parang ganon.
Okay. So, ang sagip din pala na zero out, So, tignan natin kung...
Ay, oo. Pero alam mo naman, kasi di ba in theory, alam ba, sa PhilHealth, yung pagdating sa mga medical na tulong, dapat sa institutions pumupunta.
Yes.
Hindi yung kailangan pa dumaan sa congressman at makikiusap yung mga kababayan natin sa kanila mga representante. Hindi ka, pag punta mo na sa ospital, libre ka dapat. Parang ganun yung idea sana. Oo, pero kung anong mangyari sa Thursday, tingnan natin yan. At may live streaming pa pala, So, tingnan natin kung may mga magni-ninja moves dito at makikita mo kung may mga may mga very technical dyan na hindi natin maintindihan.
Right.
Pero baka yung may mga mahuhusay sa budget na alam yung mga terms at alam yung mga pagkilos.
So hopefully talagang i-scrutinize natin itong BICAM process I believe civil society groups are welcome to observe.
Yes.
Kahit yung ibang mga representatives, congressmen, senators who aren't really part of the BICAM committee, they can also observe. Parang si Congressman Toby Tiangco, tinanong din natin, will he be attending? Will he be observing? Sabi niya, he might, although he's not really sure ano ba yung i-allow na participation din nitong mga kongresistang ito. So,
Yes. So tingnan natin yan at partner, doon ba, kahit sa BICAM ba, may pwedeng hulihin?
pwedeng hulihin?
Kunyari, nagtatago yung isang mambabatas. Kasi di ba, sinabi raw, walang mangyayaring hulihan sa Senado. So, yan ang pagsisiguro ng Senate President noon.
Oo. Why do you ask that?
Para mag-segue tayo sa susunod nating paksa.
Ayan. Okay, so an ICC arrest warrant, the rumored ICC arrest warrant versus Senator Bato de la Rosa, mini-maintain ni Ombudsman Boying Remulla na it really exists.
Ang kulit no? Ang kulit lang kasi parang kung ikaw si Bato, parang mapaparaning ka o pinaparaning ka lang ba ng Ombudsman, although kinonfirm naman ni Harry Roque, no? If it's any worth, whatever it's worth, na meron daw talaga na warrant. Pero kung ang Ombudsman na nagsabi na meron pero hindi pa pinapakita, mag-iingat ka na siguro. Pero totoo kaya ito? Last seen in Pampanga daw, Senator Bato.
Ano kaya ginagawa niya doon? Bakit Pampanga?
Kasi pag Davao naman, masyado obvious.
Masyadong obvious.
At tingnan na, ang leksyon dito, kahit sa underground ka sa Davao nakatago, mahahanap ka pa rin. Di ba?
As proven or as seen last year?
Oo,
or
sa
this year ba yun?
Pampanga. Meron na bang nahuli sa Pampanga?
Pero ang lapit lang ng Pampanga sa Manila.
In plain sight nga ang style dyan. Pero ang tip na yon, naku, sino kaya ang mga maaring magkup sa kanya ng mga taga Pampanga?
Yan. Kayo na po mag-isip niyan. Pero ayan but the legal counsel of Senator Bato de la Rosa, si Attorney Torion. Sabi niya, hindi naman daw nagtatago yung kanyang kliyente. Hindi naman nagtatago si Senator Bato. What he's doing now is he is seeking facts regarding this supposed arrest warrant.
At sa interview kanina, partner, ang hirit. Tinanong niyo ho ba kung nasan siya? Ay, hindi ko tinatanong yan. O yung misis daw, tinatanong kung nasan
siya. Ba't ganun yung mga attorney, no?
Siyempre, para hindi nila
attorney ni Zaldico. Di ba hindi rin niya tinatanong kung nasan ba yung kliyente niya? He'd rather not know.
Sila ang pinaka hindi interesado kung nasan ang kliyente nila. Yes. Kayo lang mga chismoso ang nagtatanong.
Hindi pala tinatanong yan. Okay. But this Monday...
Pero ako nainisip ko, kung sa Pampanga, saan ka pwede magtago sa Pampanga?
Saan ba?
Sa ilalim ng lahar? Wala nang lahar doon, di ba?
Oo.
Pero maraming pwede pagtaguan sa ang laki ng Pampanga.
May mga kaalyado ba si Senator Bato sa Pampanga?
Iniisip ko lang, sino yung mga ilang... Hindi natin alam. Baka friendly naman siya eh.
Sa bagay, oo nga.
O baka hindi totoong Pampanga yon. Baka sinasabi lang nilang Pampanga para lahat doon tumingin.
Pero ang galing as in, alam talaga nila yung whereabouts.
At hindi naman daw siya nagtatago. He's just making himself unavailable.
Yes.
There's a big difference.
Correct. O yan.
Nako, nasa ka nung Sabado?
Nung Sabado, dito lang ako, hindi na ako lumayo. Kasi
Buti na lang.
Traffic.
Nako, yung boss natin, si Sir Alvin Maanyo, nag-post ng picture. Akala ko noong una, pag wala ka sa lamin, di ba? Ay, ang ganda naman ng kanilang Christmas decoration. Pagtingin mo, buhol-buhol na traffic.
Yes.
Sa
puro
Marcos
red na
Highway.
ilaw.
Noong Sabado, abay 17 days to go na lang bago ang Pasko. Alam mo, normally ang Carmageddon, nangyayari sa mga 5 days, usually, or a week before Christmas mismo. At ito ay confluence of several factors. May mga Christmas party, last minute shopping, etc., etc. At yan talaga maghanda ka na doon ka nang maliligo at mag-aalmusal sa sasakyan mo. Pero nangyari yan nung Sabado. Specifically sa may Marcos Highway.
Yes.
At yung iba daw 5 oras inabot sa traffic. My God.
Kahit yung executive producer natin, si Miss Jan, naipit na rin dyan. Parang sabi niya, wala nang katapusan tong traffic na to. But Grabe naman kasi talaga. Was there a reason na ano na ba na identify kung bakit sobrang traffic? May aksidente ba or yung
Parang-
volume lang talaga din ng mga
Hanggang
kotse?
sa may paakyat daw, papuntang Kogyo na raw hanggang Robinson, so sa may taas, inabot. Sipin mo gaano ang layo nun. So maari, ito posible, parang merong unwritten na kasunduan lahat na labas tayo ngayon
Labas
dahil
tayo.
may pera kami, kuha na namin 14th month, mag-shopping tayo lahat.
Correct. Oo, nag-Christmas party na lahat.
Pero bakit specifically doon sa area yun?
Kaya nga bakit dyan nagkaroon ng bara? Although lumabas kami nung Saturday, pumunta lang naman kami ng Makati, medyo traffic na rin naman sa EDSA.
Ay, usual na yun.
Oo.
Pero the other way, pero yung papunta doon ang malupit talaga. O ay papuntang Antipolo, Kogyo, etc. Alright, baka mamaya may news item tayo tungkol dyan. Now we move on to other stories. Ombudsman Boying Remulla says Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa was last spotted in Pampanga. And in an interview, Remulla once again insisted that an International Criminal Court warrant or ICC warrant has been released against the lawmaker. But the ombudsman did not elaborate. This is something that former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque also confirmed. In a Facebook post last Sunday, he said that an arrest warrant is already in force against De La Rosa. Roque told Senator Bato not to yield and instead insist on his right to be presented before a Philippine court. Roque is currently in Europe, refusing to return to the Philippines to face a qualified trafficking case. Meantime, De La Rosa's lawyer, attorney Israelito Torion, told True FM that they have not received any warrant yet. Torion also declined to disclose his client's whereabouts, saying he only gets updates from the former Duterte PNP chief's wife.
I could not confirm, no? I could not confirm kung saan siya. Dahilan na nga po kasi wala kasing clear-cut guidelines. So kung ano ba talaga ang modality na i-follow ng ating gobyerno, extradition ba o surrender. So sa surrender kasi, baka gagawin na naman nila yung ginawa nila kay Tatay Digong na hindi man lang dumaan sa korte natin at diretso na i-surrender doon sa ICC. Natural lamang na si Senator Bato ay is making himself unavailable in the light of the fact na ayaw naman niya na diretso lang siyang kidnapin at dalahin doon sa Hague.
Okay, now at this point, we give you a quick rundown of more stories here on One News. So-called pork barrel queen Janet Lim Napoles has been sentenced to reclusión perpetua in another case over the anomalous use of PDAF or Priority Development Assistance Fund. The Sandigan Bayan found her and another person guilty of malversation, which sentence carries 20 to 40 years in prison. The court ruled that about 19 million pesos from the late Benguet representative Samuel Dangwa's PDAF was diverted to a bogus Napoles-linked NGO with no projects delivered. Pasig City will soon ban billboards, signages, and sponsorships from gambling companies. Mayor Vico Soto announced the move on Monday, saying the city aims to curb gambling promotion even if some aspects fall under national or online jurisdiction. Soto said the ad ban is a significant step towards limiting gambling exposure in Pasig City. And President Bongbong Marcos is urging Filipinos to begin with truth, humility, and compassion as the country marked the solemnity of the Immaculate Conception today. He warned that pride and deceit divide, while truth and concern for the marginalized can build a just and peaceful bagong Pilipinas. Meantime, Vice President Sara Duterte urged the public to reflect on the courage and humility of the Virgin Mary. She also called on Filipinos to work together amid disasters, political turmoil, and social conflicts.
And speaking of the Vice President, Sara Duterte is currently in the Netherlands visiting her ICC-detained father, former President Rodrigo Duterte. And while there, she has not held back on criticism of the Marcos administration. Here's the story.
For the sake of unity, President Bongbong Marcos says he is open to holding talks with anyone, including Vice President Sara Duterte. When the Vice President was asked about the President's offer of dialogue, her reply was brief.
Orat to.
Okay.
VP Sara is currently in The Hague, Netherlands to visit her father, former President Rodrigo Duterte, at the ICC detention facility. While there, she took a swipe at the corruption controversies hounding the government.
Malungkot ang Pasko natin dahil hindi natin gusto ang mga nangyayari sa ating bansa, lalong-lalo na yung mga iskandalo sa korupsyon at yung pag-aabuso sa posisyon at mga opisina ng gobyerno.
The Vice President also confirmed she is preparing for another impeachment complaint expected to be filed against her.
We're about to release a statement about the impeachment, no? So lalabas namin yun. Meron lang ako mga edits and amendments doon.
VP Sara also answered critics questioning her office over the supposed purchase of overpriced laptops.
Wala pong findings na ganun ang Commission on Audit. No? Kung nakita ninyo sa statement ng Office of the Vice President, pinublish na yung report ng Commission on Audit at wala silang findings of any wrongdoing sa Office of the Vice President.
According to the COA audit report, the OVP had listed 3 million pesos worth of laptops, but the OVP clarified to COA that the item was erroneously recorded by a staff member. They said these were not laptops but photocopying machine that were donated along with a desktop computer. For News 5, I'm Bril Montalvo. We are One News.
Gusto ko yung ganong, sigh talaga.
Breathing. Oh.
Tapos sabay, tawa muna. Sayang, walang Tita Denise natin. No? Time out muna. Marami pa kaming kwento sa inyo at magbabalik po ang Afternoon Delight.
This is AP News Minute. President Trump is hosting the Kennedy Center Honors Sunday, honoring Sylvester Stallone, Kiss, and Gloria Gaynor at the annual gala. Speaking Saturday at a State Department dinner for the honorees, Trump predicted the broadcast, which airs December 23rd, would have its best ratings ever. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Sunday he expects to move into the second phase of a Gaza ceasefire soon. Speaking in Jerusalem after a meeting with German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, Netanyahu warned negotiations would be, quote, as equally difficult as the first stage. Supporters of Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado took to the streets in various cities worldwide in celebration of her Nobel Peace Prize win. Demonstrations took place on Saturday in cities like Madrid, Utrecht, Bogota, and Buenos Aires. Thousands of runners in red and white costumes flooded the streets of the Hungarian capital on Sunday as the Santa Run returned for its 10th anniversary.
And we're back. This is still Afternoon Delight on One News. Ako po si Lord de Vera.
At ako naman po si Pauline Versosa. Thanks for staying with us.
And we're back with the news that's gone viral this weekend. Former COMELEC Commissioner Rowena Guanzon has filed charges against a couple she clashed with at a Makati mall. In case you missed the story, here's News 5's Rainiel Pawid with the details.
If you are sick, madam, if you are sick, you don't go out to the mall. Why are you here when you are sick?
Nagngingit-ngit sa galit si dating COMELEC Commissioner Rowena Guanzon habang nakikipagtalo sa mag-asawang ito sa isang mall sa Makati Sabado ng gabi. Kita pa sa viral video ang pagduro ni Guanzon sa lalaki habang hinihingi ang pangalan nito.
No, I want your name. Get his name. Get his name.
Sa isang Facebook post, ipinaliwanag ni Guanzon kung bakit ganun na lang ang kanyang naging reaksyon. Naubo lang naman daw siya dahil sa katinang nalamunan. Pero ang mag-asawang kaaway niya sa viral video, gusto raw siyang paalisin sa mall.
You're coughing. You should leave the mall. You should stay at home. Sabihan ka ba naman? Don't you have money to buy a mask?
Nabastusan daw si Guanzon kaya uminit ang ulo niya. Nagsorry naman daw ang babae. Pero ang asawa nito tinitigan pa raw siya mula ulo hanggang paa. Hindi na rin naareglo ang dalawang panig. Kaya ang ending ng viral video, hablahan. Nagsampa ng kasong unjust vexation at grave oral defamation si Guanzon laban sa mag-asawa. Para sa 1PH Rainiel Pawid, News 5.
Tito Lord.
Buti ka pa, naka-Rolex ka.
Hindi nga eh. Hindi ako worthy. Ikaw?
Ha? Gusto naman to ng collectors.
Ang tanong ko, sino ba kasi talaga may sakit?
Oo.
Kasi 'di ba ang umuubo si Attorney Guanzon.
Oo. So, ganun ka ba? Ikaw ba yung tipong, ma'am, kahit respectfully, magtakip, medyo mahirap yata yan.
Depende.
Pwede ka na, lalayo ka na lang ba?
Yes.
Layo ka na lang, no?
Tayo ka na lang. Although there are some people who I guess they want to call out someone who's coughing so
Dapat yun,
out there.
umubo rin yung yung guy. Umubo siya na mas malakas.
ubuhan sila.
Ubuhan sila. Antayin kung sino ilalayo. Pero ito nga nakakatawa kasi yung iba nagpo-post walang context. So hindi nila alam yung iba parang, yan, tama yan, Commissioner Guanzon, lumaban ka against Chinese foreign invaders.
Oo,
Mga ganyan. Iba naman, dahil walang context, ganun.
Yes.
Tapos iba parang, ganyan talaga yung ugali ng mga blank, affiliated with a certain political color.
Okay.
Parang walang mga modo, mga ganyan tipo. So, hindi mo na alam kung ano yung papaniwalaan mo. Or ano yung papanigan mo. May dapat bang panigan dito, Tito Pao?
Pero ang cases na balak o charges gusto i-file ni Attorney Guanzon dun sa couple, I believe unjust vexation and oral defamation.
Will not stand naman daw according to some lawyers kasi wala namang malis na intent.
Oo. Grabe, no?
Pero pag
Yung couple kaya, anong pwede nilang i-counter charge? Judgmental?
alarm and scandal, ganun ba yun? O judgment. Wala pa
Na-judge
yata
ka na
ganung
eh.
kaso. Oo. Anong kaso mo? Parang shopping in Rockwell without a Rolex.
Oh. Requirement pala yun. Pag shopping ka doon.
Sa
Grabe
taas
pala,
yung Rolex
no?
yun, di ba?
Oo, pero
Magkano pinakamurang
Wala.
Rolex?
alin?
Magkano pinakamurang Rolex?
Mura? Mahal pa rin. kahit
Oyster
mura.
Date Perpetual pinakamura, di ba? Magkano yung mga
Yun
ganun?
yung mga 500. Oh,
Wow.
di ba?
Pag hinulugan ko yun ng... Kukuha muna akong kontrata sa DPWH para mabayaran natin yan.
Naku, mahirap na yan. Alright, but moving on, here are the other stories we're watching at this hour. An independent panel of medical experts has completed its evaluation of detained former President Rodrigo Duterte and submitted the report to the International Criminal Court. Duterte's lawyer, Nicholas Kaufman, confirmed that both the defense and prosecution have received the confidential findings and may submit observations by December 12. The three-member panel, composed of forensic psychiatrists, neuropsychologists, and geriatric and behavioral neurology specialists, was tasked to assess Duterte's fitness to stand trial. The panel was also instructed to determine whether any medical issues could affect his ability to understand charges, to review evidence, and to participate in the pre-trial process in the ICC. The Philippine National Police has deployed tracker teams to locate Sara Diskaya and other suspects linked to a 96.5 million peso ghost flood control project in Davao Occidental. The PNP said teams are working to identify the locations of all individuals named in the charge sheet and coordinating with other agencies to ensure enforcement of possible arrest warrants. President Marcos earlier directed authorities to prepare for the issuance of arrest warrants against Diskaya, St. Timothy Construction's Maria Roma Angeline Rimando, and DPWH Davao Occidental officials. And the Senate and House will meet on Thursday, December 11 for bicameral proceedings. That's to reconcile their versions of the 6.7 trillion peso budget for 2026. Senate President Tito Soto described the Senate's version as a lean budget free of discretionary funds and promised there will be no more insertions. Congress is also eyeing to livestream the BICAM for transparency. The upper chamber aims to pass its version of the budget tomorrow, December 9. Now let's also see some stories from our media partners. On the Philippine Star, the Philippine National Police has intensified operations against hoarding and profiteering as the holiday season kicks in. That means more personnel deployed to supermarkets and wet markets to deter public disturbances, panic buying, and price manipulation. And on Business World, one headline reads, dollar reserves rise to 13-month high. The gross international reserves, or GIR, of the Philippines soared to their highest level in over a year at $111.77 billion. And that's up by 0.75% from the $110 billion a month ago. The central bank's gold holdings reached a record high at the end of November. For more details of these stories, you can visit the social media pages of the Philippine Star and Business World. Do check out as well the social media platforms of One News PH for the very latest news.
At this point, we check on the very latest down south. We bring in our man in Cebu, Kuya Dale Israel. Dale, okay, how is Cebu after the onslaught of tropical depression Wilma?
Maayong hapon, Lord and Pauline, despite the continuous rains that started last Friday pa, walang tigil yung ulan. At over the weekend, authorities confirmed that there were no reported casualties nga in Metro Cebu and in Cebu province. However, there were several incidents recorded in the different parts of the province, including a policeman who was injured in Kansomoroy, Balamban yesterday early morning after strong floodwaters swept the vehicle he was driving. Reports say that he was traveling from Balamban towards Cebu City when the slippery road and strong water current pushed his car sideways and sent it falling into a ravine approximately 30 meters deep. Meanwhile, in Bantayan Island, the Philippine Coast Guard rescued a pump boat that nearly sank due to big waves. The 5 passengers were safely brought to shore, but the PCG has launched an investigation to determine why the boat sailed despite the suspension of sea trips on Saturday. As for flooding in landslide areas across Cebu, although the rainfall from tropical depression was generally light, its long duration caused several landslides in multiple areas around the province, including a landslide that was monitored along Trans Central Highway yesterday, forcing the temporary closure of road going to Balamban while clearing operations are now being conducted. Another minor landslide was reported along Lower Sandayong, Barangay Liki in Sogod, but the local government was able to clear the area immediately. In Alegria, in southwest Cebu, there was a landslide also at Black Pulo Cambunok Road. Clearing operations are ongoing, and as of now, one lane was already allowed access for vehicles. Evacuations was also carried out in Kapadyangan, Liloan, and in several parts of Kotkot. And affected residents were brought to the Iviloso Elementary School, which serves as an temporary evacuation center in Liloan. In Mandaue City, several residents from Barangay Umapad continue their stay at the San Juan Gym Evacuation Center, where they have been staying since tropical depression pa. Tino. In Cebu City, clearing operations were halted and temporarily halted due to the muddy conditions and continuous rains over the weekend. Back to you, Lord and Denise. And Pauline.
Si Pauline, Dale, marami tayong kababayan dyan sa Cebu, daghan ta mga igsuon na medyo maging malungkot ang Pasko na hindi sila makaka-recover in time for for Christmas. Dale?
Yes, Lord?
Yes. So marami tayong mga kapatid dyan sa Cebu na sabihin natin hindi masyadong maging maganda ang Pasko dahil hindi sila makakabawi or recover in time for Christmas time.
Tama, Lord. a lot of families has not yet recovered from the earthquake, then the Typhoon Tino, and now another series of typhoons also that flooded Metro Cebu. So ang ilang mga cities and the cities ng Metro Cebu at pati yung province ay walang mga Christmas party ngayon dahil kaysa mag-Christmas party, ibibigay na lang para sa mga pamilyang nag-try pa rin na makaahon from the calamities that hit Cebu province, Lord.
Ganda ng gesture nun, Dale, Tita Pao. Pero Dale, may naalala kang time na ang Cebu ay napunta sa ganyang posisyon, nilindol at sunod-sunod na bagyo, sunod-sunod na delubyo. Meron ka bang naalala in recent memory na napunta sa ganitong sitwasyon ng probinsya?
The last time, Lord, was Typhoon Odette. That was a very strong typhoon nga, yung Odette. Parang natigil talaga yung supposedly, it was supposedly the first party after the COVID-19 pandemic. The first party na sana yon, pero on December 16, biglang nagbagyo. Kaya natumba yung Christmas tree ng Fuentes Mania Circle. Parang iconic yon na symbol ng devastation ng Typhoon Odette. At ngayon ngayon lang may nangyari, may bagyo, may lindol sa magkasunod lang, just the span of 1 week, 1 month dito sa Cebu. So medyo something na pinag-iisipan ng ibang tao pag kung kailangan ba mag-party o hindi. So ang ginawa ngayon ng provincial government posterity sake at yung hindi muna gagawa ng mga lavish parties, pati na rin ang Cebu City ay ayaw din yung mga lavish parties para sa in sympathy to the victims ng flooding at ng earthquake. Lord?
Dale, just one question for me. Meron bang notable decrease sa tourism dyan sa Cebu? Because there's that report where the DSWD and DOT gave cash assistance for tourism workers. So, napaka-significant ba nung pagdating ng mga turista dyan sa Cebu? Mas nabawasan talaga?
Medyo nabawasan yun, Pauline, pero mostly in the north portion ng Cebu. Pero sa south portion ng Cebu, yung whale shark watching, yun sa Oslob at sa iba pang mga lugar doon, okay naman yung dagsa ng turista. Yung sa south, yung pati yung sa waterfalls at saka sa mga Sardine Run, doon sa south, okay lang. Pero ang sa north ang may problema kasi ibang mga doon sa north hindi pa nag-close pa rin yung mga tourist spot kasi nasira sa earthquake doon sa northern Cebu.
Dale, uso rin ba yung mga Carmageddon dyan sa Cebu City? You know, yung Christmas rush na talagang lock. May gridlock na talaga sa traffic dahil sa shopping, parties, etc.
Ngayon, Lord, hindi pa gano'n wala tayong mamamatsagan ng mga gridlock dito sa Cebu for now. Hindi pasado nung last year mga ganitong panahon nagano na mga tao nag-aagawan na sa ATM at this time, pero ngayon medyo wala tayong napapansin na ganun klase na mga mag-traffic na sa mga patungong mall at patungong mga bilihan ng mga Christmas gifts.
On that note, Dale, hindi mo na muna kailangan magpadala sa amin ng CNT lechon o balamban liempo o kung ano man masarap dyan na normally yung talagang the pride of the province and the city. Okay na muna, Dale. Alright, so Dale, maraming salamat ang ating man in Cebu, One News Cebu Desk, Dale Israel. Thanks, Dale.
Oh, eto, I'm sure marami tayong mga kapatid na makaka-relate dito. Here in Metro Manila, taxi and TNVS booking is getting more difficult again as the Christmas rush begins. And with that, the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board, or LTFRB, has started cracking down on violators. At para bigyan ng mukha ang balita, Mobile Journal, Evan Tarinque.
Pagsapit ng Christmas season, dumarami ang pasaherong nai-stress sa mga driver na namimili ng sakay. Kaya binalaan ng LTFRB ang mga taxi at TNVS driver paparusahan ang sinumang tatanggi o magka-cancel ng booking dahil sa traffic. Isa si Aling Elena na nakaranas ng pagsisnub ng isang TNVS driver sa gitna ng Christmas rush. Ayon sa kanya, malapit lang ang kanyang destinasyon pero matagal siyang naghintay. Hanggang sa bigla na lang nag-cancel ang driver na walang paliwanag.
Yung nung waiting ka dahil traffic nga, tapos bigla palang cancel. So yun lang, medyo hassle lang kasi syempre nagantay ka na.
Kaya naman diin ng LTFRB na huli at parusa ang kapalit ng pagsasnub sa pasahero. Iniutos mismo ni Transport Secretary Giovanni Lopez na tutukan ng mga driver na nagka-cancel ng booking dahil sa traffic, distansya o hindi nila trip na ruta. Pwedeng patawan ng hanggang 5,000 pesos fine ang mahuhuli at kung paulit-ulit ang paglabag, posible pang kumpiskahin ng prangkisa ng driver-operator.
This time of the year is peak demand sa kanila yan, no? So for more reason, dapat hindi sila maging choosy sa kanilang pasahero.
May mga driver naman na umaaming hindi sila tumatanggi dahil sa hindi nila gusto, kung di dahil minsan lugi raw sila kapag matraffic ang ruta kahit sobrang lapit ng biyahe.
Hindi talaga may iwasan sa driver yun eh. Hindi talaga may iwasan. Hindi naman lahat ng driver ganon. Pero may driver na nag-aatid, may driver na hindi nag-aatid.
Magkakaroon ng public consultation ng LTFRB at TNVS companies sa Miyerkules para talakayin ang mga issue sa booking cancellation at surge pricing, isang mainit na usapin tuwing holidays. Mga kapatid, Mobile Journal Event na rin po hatid ang muka ng balita.
Alright, this is still Afternoon Delight on One News. We just need to pause for a little break. Babalik po kami, promise.
A date which will live in infamy.
December 8th, 1941. America enters World War II as Congress declares war on Japan, a day after its attack on Pearl Harbor. President Franklin D. Roosevelt tells lawmakers during a joint session in Washington,
With confidence in our armed forces, with the unbounding determination of our people, we will gain the inevitable triumph. So help us God.
Days later, the U.S. declares war on Nazi Germany and Fascist Italy after Japan's Axis partners declare war on America. In 1980, shock and grief around the world after the murder of a music icon in New York. Rock star John Lennon, former member of the Beatles, is shot to death outside his apartment building. His killer, Mark David Chapman, an apparently deranged fan. Lennon was 40 years old. Today in History, December 8th. Camille Bohan, The Associated Press.
Alright, you're still watching Afternoon Delight. Thank you for staying with us. At sa lahat na nagtatanong kung nasan si Tita Denise natin, we say, Sawadee ka to her. Ano ang ginagawa sa Thailand ngayon ng ating Tita Denise? Okay, ready na ba siya? Tell our Afternoon Delight viewers na namimiss ka na ngayon din, Tita D.
Oh, sawadee ka, Lord and Pawi. Actually, as of the moment, we are on our way to Tambut Prakan, which is the venue of the polo match later on at 4 p.m. Lalaban yung ating yung ating mga atleta kontra host team Thailand, and we are trying to get there early to make sure na susubukan natin sila makausap, but they sure are ready. Nakalaban nila ni Thailand and kailan nga ba? At today is a Monday. I believe nung Saturday naglaban na sila, no? And they said that they are ready, they are willing to bounce back. Pero pag-usapan din natin, of course, what's happening tomorrow. All is set and ready again for the grand opening of the 33rd Southeast Asian Games here in Bangkok. Tomorrow, December 9 at 7 p.m., the opening ceremony at Rajang Mangalas National Stadium will officially launch the competition, where more than 12,500 athletes from 11 nations will compete in over 50 sports and 574 medal events. Napakarami yan. Ito rin yung unang beses na mag-host ang Thailand since 2007, and this year also marks the biggest SEA Games in history in terms of athlete participation. So same is the case for how the Philippines is being represented by more than 1,600 athletes. The games will run again tomorrow, opening December 9 up until December 20, with events held across venues in Bangkok and Chonburi. So dapat meron pang Songkla, pinag-uusapan natin yan a few weeks ago, but due to recent flooding and talks of influenza outbreak, yung organizing committee made the decision to move all the games in Songkla to Bangkok. So dadami pa yung games sa Bangkok. Pero yun nga, no, balik tayo sa mangyayari tomorrow. The ceremony will feature live performances daw from different top Thai artists, including Bam Bam Buwakol, which is apparently, or who is apparently very popular here in Thailand. And performers are expected to showcase some things that blend music, culture, and sport in celebration daw of regional unity. At matagtag ko lang, Lord and Pawi, kasi balita tayo, nakuha tayo ng word from POC President Abraham Bambol Tolentino kani-kanina lang after the SEA Games Federation Council meeting. So, originally, dun sa opening ceremony, dapat 200 of our athletes will represent the Philippines. Pero dahil magkakaroon daw ng lockdown tomorrow at either 1 or 2 p.m. So, yung mga athletes na babiyahe bukas na maglaland ng tanghali, kanselado na for sure, hindi na sila aabot dun sa lockdown. Ang problema dun, athletics alone, 61 athletes ang meron tayo, sigurado, ay hindi na makaka-attend. So, as of the moment, we are trying to figure out the schedules of all of our athletes kung sino yung pwedeng pumarada. 200 kasi yung maximum na pwedeng mag-represent sa Pilipinas. Kung hindi man makakuha ng mga athletes, they may invite coaches or several members of the team to represent the Philippines as well. Lord Pawi.
Pero Tita Denise, aabot naman ba si Alex Ayala and si Brian Bagunas na magiging flag bearer natin dyan sa opening ceremony?
As of now, Pawi, we have yet to confirm kung ano yung flight schedule nila. Kasi mga 15 minutes ago lang din na nakuha natin yung interview kay POC President Bambol Tolentino, at doon niya nga sinabi na biglang magkakaroon daw ng lockdown at hindi pa rin sigurado kung anong oras. Ang sabi niya, either 1 or 2 p.m. daw tomorrow.
Tita D, kamusta ang temperatura dyan? Mas mainit ba sa Maynila o pareho lang o mas malamig?
Parang kasing init lang, Lord. Kasi kagabi, no? Well, I have to observe it kasi kagabi, kahapon, kagabi na kami dumating. So this is the first time na talagang bumabiyahe kami. Pero tirik na tirik ang araw, but we were also advised na pag daw umiikot ay magdala ng payong dahil paminsan-minsan ay bumubuhos din daw yung ulan.
So, in terms of yung atleta natin, adjustment sa weather, walang problema. Kung pareho lang.
I think so. Madami naman sa kanila ang bumiyahe ng mas maaga. No? I think at least 2 to 3 days before competition, yun naman yung tina-target ng mga teams. For them or for the athletes, of course, to be acclimated with everything.
Nanalo raw tayo sa baseball kontra Singapore. Tama raw, Tita D?
That's right. Nanalo tayo. Dalawang magkasunod na yan, back-to-back wins for our baseball team. At mamaya, may schedule silang game. Double check ko lang kung sino yung kalaban nila. But they do have a game at 2 p.m. that would be, ako, teka, sino nga bang kalaban ng baseball team natin? Ang nakabantay dyan is our very own Bel Gregorio din. And nagsalita si PSC Chairman Pato Gregorio na talagang napakalakas daw ng ating baseball team. So we are hoping, we are praying na magtuloy-tuloy yung kanilang magandang ipinapakita mamaya sa laban nila ng Tuesday.
Quickly, Tita Denise, before we let you go, ano ba yung medal target ng Team Philippines for the SEA Games?
Hold on. Ito pala. Sorry, Tita Pawi, singit ko lang.
Go.
Philippines versus Malaysia.
Malaysia, yes.
Ayan, at 2 p.m. yung ating baseball team. Tapos yung mamaya, medal target na natin, wala pa tayong number, but we are hoping to get the polo match later on. May laban ng Team Pilipinas at 4 p.m. against Thailand. If they do win, later, we are secured of a silver medal. If we lose, dun tayo medyo mag-aalangan, kasi kailangan pa natin hintayin kung sino yung makakalaban natin. Kung sino yung matatalo between the match of Thailand and, not Thailand, match of Brunei and Malaysia.
Ayan. So may chance na pala tayo mag-medal mamaya. Sana makuha na natin yan.
Baka si Tita Denise pwede sumama sa Philippine contingent pag kinulang ng tao sa di ba?
Oh, well, why not?
Baka tumilapon ako pag ako ang sumakay ng kabayo, Lord. Wag yun.
Ayan tawag animal cruelty.
Grabe siya.
Pero abangan natin kasi maganda naman yung ipinapakita ng Team Philippines. Actually, ganado din silang lahat because the last time na nagkaroon ng polo event in the SEA Games was back in 2019. Diyan yan sa Pilipinas, sa Calatagan, Batangas.
Polo Games.
Tignan natin, but there is a challenge dahil ang balita rin natin, Team Philippines pala is one of the teams na hindi daw nagdala at ng sarili nilang mga horses. May mga teams kasi nagdadala ng sarili nilang mga horses.
Oh yeah, yan ang mga friends natin, na sila Basti, sila
yes.
sila
friends mo yon?
Yeah, si Basti, yung singer ng Wolfgang dati.
Alright.
Anyway, Tita D. Okay, mukhang magpapad Thai si Tita Denise. Pero tayo dito, lasagna lang muna kami dito, Tita Denise, ang delight of the day natin. Thank you, ating Tita Denise Tan. Namimiss ka na namin ngayon pa lang. And we'll call on you for SEA Games 2025 updates. Ingat and have fun in Thailand.
Thank you, Tita Denise.
Thank you. Thank you, anytime.
Alright, nabanggit nga ni Tita Lord, masarap ang Thai cuisine, pero mamimiss din ito ni Tita Denise. Our delight of the day is lasagna.
Alam mo yun yung kinakain ko nung Sabado.
Ha? Ito na kinain mo?
Oo, nung Sabado para sabi ko, wala akong gagawin ngayon, tutulog lang ako hanggang hapon. Pagbuklat ko ng mata ko sa hapon,
may lasagna na.
parang gusto ko na lasagna.
Saan ka umorder?
Medyo fast food siya kasi yun lang nakayanan ko. Pero masarap siya.
So naglasanya ka na pala, so akin na lang to. Thank you.
Kasi sira. Actually, kailangan mo yata yan, Oo.
Uy, masarap yan,
alam mo, masarap talaga may garlic bread palagi.
Ay, oo.
Parang medyo rich kasi yung cheese niya.
Tantanggal ng umay.
Ikaw, paano? Anong gusto mo sa lasagna? Maraming meat, maraming cheese,
kahit basta lasagna. Oo. Can't go wrong with lasagna. Sige, pero habang ini-enjoy po natin ang ating delight of the day, let's check out some stories on social media.
Totohanan na to, no?
Meron ng IG official on USA Today, Katy Perry and former Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau go Instagram official.
Bagay ba sila?
Well, hindi ko masagot. Bagay naman.
Oo nga.
Bakit? May negative reaction ka ba? Violent reaction?
Baliw na nag-iibigan dati itong si Katy Perry tsaka si Russell Brand.
Si Russell Brand.
Russell Brand. Yung British na stand-up comedian na...
But that's a thing, yung apparently going Instagram official, it's,
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
Oo. So hindi... Ano kaibahan sa Instagram official versus Facebook official?
Wala ata.
O mas may
Meron
dangal ba
pa
sa Instagram?
Minsan kasi 'di ba pag may nasa early stages ka ng relationship, mga pahapyaw pa lang sa mga stories, kuwari yung kamay lang.
Ay, oy, kamay na may mga sing-sing, mga ganyan.
Or nasa restaurant, tapos may kamay,
Oo.
tapos hindi ka pa sure. Pero pag nag-official na,
Pag tagal-tagal na nun,
Mas legit.
kamay, gitnang daliri.
ano?
May gitnang...
Okay. Ito naman po.
Congratulations.
Still in Hollywood, yes. Back to the Philippine star, which is citing a report that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are set to wed on June 13, 2026.
Alam mo, sino swerte dyan?
Oh.
Yung nag-cancel ng kanilang booking.
Oo nga, binayaran daw.
Yun ay, gaano kaya yun? Para mapapayag mo sila. Diba? Gaano kaya yun? Una, anong venue ba yun?
Orange something. Orange House ba yun?
Kasi yun daw supposedly parang dream venue ni Taylor. Oo.
Grabe, no? Binayaran.
Yung nag-una ring nakabook, yun din ang dream venue nila.
Correct.
Oo.
Bakit kaya siya pumayag? Was it
Kaching!
or she can't say no to Taylor Swift.
Oo. Or, I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. Ika nga sa Godfather, di ba?
Oo.
Pero malaki yun.
Oo.
Kasing hassle mag-reschedule diba?
Well, baka doon naman sa binayad
Oo nga
nila.
Kahit 10 beses sila magpakasal.
Money is not a problem for them. But congratulations in
the
advance.
Hindi sa kanila. To the couple.
To the couple na nabigyan ng pera.
Binayaran.
Oo nga Sana pala ako rin, no? Gawin ko kaya yun.
Pwede.
Mag-book ako ng mga venue, tapos baka sakaling bayaran ako ng mga...
Ano ba yung mga sought-after venues ngayon? Yun ang nag-uunahan sila lahat. Alam ko yung sa mga church,
Saan? Sa Pilipinas?
Oo.
Sa Pilipinas? Ayan, sa mga
Calorega.
Tagaytay.
Oo, Tagaytay. Oo nga, pero dapat years in advance ka nagbubook, ano? Pero kung offeran ka naman ng...
Diba?
Iuurong may kasal mo o gagawan ka ta ng kanta? Sa nakakatakot na threat yata yun.
Okay. Oh,
Okay. And that...
magbabasa pa ba tayo ng comments?
Marion Laja, happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Hindi na... bukas na lang tayo bawi ng comments, ano?
Yes. Bawi
Kasi
tayo bukas.
Opo. So,
And happy feast of the Immaculate Conception today yan po, December 8.
religious ka pala.
Yes, oo. So, it's a holiday. Nagulat nga ako, bakit walang traffic, walang mga kotse? Holiday nga pala today.
Iyon ang tunay na milagro.
Okay, and that will do it for us this Monday, December 8. Thank you so much for watching Afternoon Delight. Ako po si Pauline Verzosa, sitting in for Denise Tan.
Thank you, Pauline Versosa, sitting in for Denise Tan. Join us again tomorrow, 2 p.m. Ako po si Lord De Vera, kapatid. We are one news, all sides, all the time. Have a delightful afternoon.